Welcome to the binge. We are back. We were on hiatus for a few weeks, but we are back. We have some exciting things to talk about. Miss Denisha, she went down to Miami to
Woohoo.
who was that, African American Film Fest?
American Black Film Festival.
There you go. Yeah, how was that?
It was really cool. Like it was well done. Like
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say it was unexpected, but it was just really organized. It was well done. There were some stars there. Some people I didn't even know who they were, but because I'm not good. Same like with you, like names and faces until like I'm half a block away, and I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
because everybody is just like so chill. Nobody's walking around like with their security guards or anything. Like Boris Kojo and his wife were like just chilling in the lobby, like, oh, hey, you want to take a picture? Cool. All right.
Hmm.
The only folks that you really didn't have access to was the cast from Queen Sugar, and then of course Biggie's mom and Faith Evans. But everybody
Hmm.
else was just like, hey, we're here.
Hmm.
But I think the cast from Queen Sugar, it was just because it would have just been pandemonium. It wasn't like because they were, above and beyond anybody. It was just like, no, let's just, they'll exit the car and jump into the theater.
Hmm. Hmm.
But it was great. Let me see. What did I see while I was there? Let me pull up my list. Do, 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 do. I saw the A&E documentary about Biggie,
Hmm.
which was pretty good. Like I cried, y'all.
Really?
It's called Biggie Notorious Life of Big, the life of Notorious Big, and that premieres. Oh, it already came out. Premiered Wednesday, June 28th.
What channel?
But yeah, A&E,
Annie. Hmm.
and it's the first biography to be authorized by his estate, and it actually allows him to narrate his own story through like exclusive footage, audio recordings. I mean, it was really good. It was well done. Like some people were missing, but Faith and Mrs. Wallace explained it, at least when they were on the stage discussing the documentary, that it was no love lost. It was just timing.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't like, this person wasn't in it because of any hate or anything. It was like, look, when we had to get it done, we were working on A&E schedule, so we got it out there. Because for a minute when Faith was just going on and on, I was like, so we just not gonna talk about Kim? Like we just gonna act like this didn't happen? But
Hmm.
eventually she got to it. I'm like, okay, all right. She kept it real. She kept it really real, and I was very appreciative.
Hmm.
And Miss Wallace is hilarious.
Is she really?
She is hilarious and so green at the same time. Like she never heard Big rap until after he died.
Wow.
She did not know she was just like, oh, he's just doing whatever that music thing is those kids are doing. She did not know how influential he was until after his death, when so many people were trying to tell her. She said she just locked herself in one day and listened to everything from start to finish. And she was like, wow, he was so talented.
Hmm.
She was like, oh my God, my son was so talented. What a gift he had. And I'm like, wow.
She had
And they
no
talk
idea.
about the first time she stumbled upon drugs in the house, and she thought it was mashed potatoes and flushed it and threw it down the garbage disposal. Yeah, that's how green she was. I'm like, wow.
I
She's like,
know
oh,
he
I
was
just thought it was a
lit.
play. Yeah, yeah. Like after the fact, she was like, if he wasn't, and she said this in the documentary, she was like, and everybody finished this sentence. This was the funniest part. She was like, if that boy wasn't dead, I would kill him. And everybody said it like she was just going on. And she was like, you know what? Think about it. If that boy wasn't dead, I would kill him. And we were just like, yep. Everybody said it at the same time. Like, what the heck were you thinking? So
Hmm.
that was great. What else did I see? I'm going through my list.
Did they tell
Um,
anything that we didn't already know about him?
um, no, not really. It's just more
Hmm.
personal.
Okay.
It was just more personal. So it didn't feel like some strangers telling it. Like they were Little C's, Kim, um, different managers, just people were close, and you got to see like where they lived and how the neighborhood has changed since then. But no, nothing that you don't know. Some of the same footage that we've seen in the past from the funeral, but it's just more personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else did I see? I saw Tupac, but we'll talk about that later. I saw Tales, Irv Gotti's series. So the hip hop anthology, which was so cool. His first one was F the Police, if anyone has seen that one. There's some up and coming actors in there that I think we'll have to keep an eye out for. Tom Hanks' youngest son, Chet Hanks, plays Troy. That boy can act.
Wow. He comes
Like
from good stock. He comes from good acting stock.
He absolutely does. And then the main character, Brody, well, he's just fine. He's just fine for no reason. But like Irv went into like why he chose the characters he chose, how he told them not to play blackface, like just be yourself. And he chose Troy because Troy is in the hip hop culture. So he's not acting black, he's being himself.
Right.
Like he's just like, nah, this is really me. Like, and he can never play the kind of roles that Tom Hanks plays, and Tom Hanks can never play his kind of roles because they're just not. Chet Hanks is just not that kind of kid. He's just like he's like a Eminem meets Justin Timberlake dude.
Okay.
So he's real like hip hop. But that was really good. Like I said, there were some other faces in there that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for you. And then there were some old faces like what's his name? Not Clifton Powell. Oh, I can't think of his name. But you'll see him and you'll be like, oh, here you go. He's always in the same role.
I know
playing the dark skinned guy. Yes. I'm like, I think his name is Davis on the show, but the same role, he's always like the douchebag, or you're just like, here you go again. So he's in there. Are
these true stories?
No. So, well, yes and no. So this one was about F the Police. It's there. Every episode is based off of a song.
Okay.
So it's a hip hop anthology. So this one is F the Police, and it's about police brutality, but they spin it around where the black people are the superior and the white folks are living in the hood.
Oh, okay.
Like everything is flipped around. So it's just like, wow. And it's like, well, how would you feel if the tables were turned? Like all the police are black, everybody in the inner city is white. Like it's just a regular story, but everything is just flipped around. It helps you to challenge your beliefs. Like, well, is it really the police, or is it really that you just don't like white people? Like, what is it? And when I watched it, I was like, no, I don't like police brutality. Like, you had to challenge yourself. And I was like, no, I'm still mad. I'm still mad at the police.
Yeah.
Because you were still wrong for what you did. Like they even had the little scenarios where, well, let me see your ID. What are you doing on this side of town? Like that whole, everything we've seen before, it's just done where the roles are reversed. So that was I liked it. Some people weren't fans of the acting, because some of it you had to overact to play the role of the opposite race to get your point across.
Okay.
It's because if you just said it probably in your regular voice, it would have been like, okay, this is not coming through. But I see where he was going with it. He says, Irv Gotti says that he wants to. So this season is hip hop. So there's F the Police, and then the next one is I forgot the name of the song, but there is just hip hop songs. And he says he hopes in the next season he can do like gospel songs and another one R&B song. So each one based on a song that we know very well, and then just the whole episode based on that. So each episode will be something different, and he'll change the characters around. Of course, I saw the premiere of Queen Sugar, which we all will talk about. And I saw a few documentaries. Yeah, a few cool documentaries.
I'm just gonna have to watch Tales so I can catch up. My friend from high school, Sean, he he's in Tales and Tupac.
Really?
So I guess I need to watch both of them.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah, because he plays. I know he plays a cop in Tales. I'm not sure which one he plays. But
And you
he's dark
said,
skinned. He's dark skinned. Kind of looks like, I don't want to say Idris Elba, but sort of Idris Elba ish.
is he slim or thick?
I think he's a little thick, little.
Tall with a beard?
He's got like a goatee.
He could be.
So he's dark skinned, has like a goatee. He's not tall, but he's not short either, I don't think.
What's his name?
Sean Baker.
Okay.
We'll look him up. He might be my baby daddy because one of them police officers is surely my boo.
On my Facebook, he plays Lewis. I think that's what he said on Facebook, that he plays Lewis.
That's cool.
I don't know if Tales is on IMDb yet, but I can check and see if it's the same one. So it was that and a lot of little small snippets you saw. Like you could go to different places and see snippets. There were some good sponsors there, which was really good. I had a smaller level pass. In November when they get the alert telling us to come for next year, I will get the next level pass. I think it's definitely worth it. But for my first time, I was like, okay, let me just see what it's about. But with the next level pass, you could get into different workshops, acting workshops, career workshops, even other workshops too, not just everything acting, but just, stuff still related to the industry.
Okay. So is this festival geared to people who want to get into acting?
Oh, not really. It's anyone who loves entertaining.
It's
okay,
been around.
I see his picture. That's not my baby daddy, but I know which one he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hated him too. He did a good job. He did a good job though. He played his role well.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually been around for a minute. I know some folks that went maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and they had a pretty good time. And then for some reason, I think the last 2 years, they moved it to New York, and I don't think it being in New York really worked out.
I think one time it was in Mexico or California or something. Like it's moved around a few times, but I think Miami is what works best.
Right.
There have been plenty of, I remember years ago, I saw it like on the back of a magazine, one of our Black magazines. And I was like, oh, I want to go. And I never went. When I went this time, I saw probably 10 people I knew there.
Oh, wow.
Hey, they're like, oh, you finally came. I've been coming for the last 10 years. I'm like, what? But these people are like, sure enough, like movie buff friends of mine. Like they're in the movies every weekend. So for people like that, it's awesome. But I still enjoyed it too, because it was just great seeing, people that were really interested. And of course, you had the what do you call them? The people that groupies.
Oh, okay.
Of course, there were people there just to be groupies, and it's like, no boo. But yeah, but like I said, the sponsors were good. There was some cool stuff, some freebies from different like Shea Moisture, and I got some T-shirts, some bags, some cool stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely put that on my list of things for next year to do. I really wanted to go this year, just didn't work out, but I think just hearing about, because I had a few friends that went before, and then hear from them, and then your take on it. I definitely want to go. And you can't, and it's a trip to Miami. Who doesn't want to go to Miami?
Exactly. So even if you're not really feeling it or you want to skip out, then you could just sit on the beach. So, or people watch. So it was still cool.
Yeah. Kudos for that. So, all right.
So,
what else are we talking about? I want to talk about Power. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Let's just real quick. A couple of things. This season is going to be interesting. I'm kind of foretelling what's going to happen in my brain. So I think that I feel for Tasha right now because I feel like she's going to be asked out. I think she's going to be asked out. I think they're going to find out that Ghost was framed. him and Angela gonna fall back in love, and Tasha gonna be asked out again. I,
Mm-mm.
I'm just throwing that out there. I feel
Mo,
for
what you
her.
think?
So, should I admit now I still haven't seen a full episode of Power?
Oh God, you
Oh
shot
man,
real taking
I
black
haven't
card.
watched it either. I haven't watched it either. I've seen both of you. I know it's on my list, so one of these days I'm gonna watch it. I
Power.
don't know when.
It took me a while to kind of get into it, but I'm fully vested into it now. The writing is pretty good. The writing is good. The acting is good. 50 is I'm just convinced 50 is an asshole. Every
Regardless.
regardless, he plays that role too well
Mm-hmm.
in real life too. So he's a complete asshole on this show. Complete asshole.
Wow.
And last season, once he got out of jail, he actually killed his own son.
Really?
Yeah, he killed his own son. And so this year he's trying to get back Ghost and Tommy, which is Tommy is Ghost, his partner. They grew up together. They supposedly killed 50. His character name is Kanan. So they beat him up and they set him on fire. So he's supposedly dead, but he didn't die.
Oh my.
So everybody thinks he's dead. So he went down to DC. He recuperated. He and his cousin are now working together. His cousin's a cop, and her, you know who she is. She played in For Color Girls. She was the dancer that got raped.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
I don't remember her
Oh,
name though.
she was the Black Princess from Disney. What's her name? Tiana Princess.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That's my
Yeah.
girl from whatchamacallit. She was in the First Ladies Detective Club.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, with Jill Scott and
Yes.
oh my gosh, what is her name? I love her.
Yeah.
Noni Rose.
Noni
Noni
Rose. Yep.
Rose. Anika
Noni Rose.
Noni Rose. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, I
Yeah.
love her.
So in Power, she plays a complete different character. She's like this corrupt cop. She's real butch. This is completely different from any role she's ever played.
Wow.
So
Okay, and she's convincing, so that means she really, I mean, we have already known she was a great actress, but okay.
yeah. So now 50 is back in New York, and he's actually kind of taken over. He's befriended Ghost's son. His name is Tariq. And so he's putting all these ideas in Tariq's head, and and Tariq is probably like the dumbest kid ever. Like the
That's the
dumbest kid.
bad kid that all the memes are about right now.
Yes. He's making terrible decisions. Like, did your parents teach you anything? He's gonna get himself. I don't know how he's gonna get himself out of this, but it's been it's been good. I've been anticipating each episode.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean, I hear a lot of great things. I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't know when it'll happen though. Especially with Game of Thrones coming up in like a week. So yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So now in Power, the storyline is Ghost is in jail for killing an FBI agent. He was actually framed, and his side is thinking that Angela, which is she's also an FBI agent, and they were dating, framed him because he went back. They were having an affair, and he went back to his wife. So they're thinking that she's framing everything, and then on her side, she's thinking that he killed the FBI agent because they used to date. So it's like a love triangle. It's very messy. It's extremely messy. So
Wow.
yeah. So and I think Tasha is Ghost. That's his wife. I just think that she's gonna get the raw end of the stick again. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
That is Power.
What else are we watching?
Let's see. Tupac. Y'all both seen Tupac?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it. So then it was, well, we already know how the story ends. So.
Right.
It was not horrible. It wasn't amazing. It was great for the music that we all know already. So it's like you watching it and then, you know, one of your songs come on and you start dancing. You're like, okay. But now that we know from accounts from Jada and other people that some of this stuff just didn't really happen, it kind of throws it all off for you. The casting, I was not fond of. Okay, the guy that played Pac, okay, fine. But the rest of the casting, I was like, y'all could have done better. That Jada character was bad. She was an okay actress. I didn't know she was Jada until somebody said Jada or whatever. And I'm like, oh, she's supposed to be Jada? Oh, okay. The guy that played Snoop, no, I wasn't feeling it. And then they had to do a voiceover for him. So it's like,
oh, really?
Like Snoop actually did the voiceover for the guy playing him.
For real?
Okay.
Yeah.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, it was just, there were a lot of weird parts. It was still good. You got to see, like, there's the transcript from when Pac was sentenced, the last sentencing, and he gave a speech to the judge. I've always had the transcript and I've never really heard it. So hearing it through, I guess, his voice or the actor's voice, it's still powerful. So that was good. But, it wasn't bad. Like I said, just for the whole going with your friends, enjoying the music and having some flashbacks of what was going on at the time is pretty good.
I watched the interview that Benny Boom did on The Breakfast Club. And there was so much drama behind that movie because I think initially John Singleton was the director. And he said there was a lot of scenes that John Singleton wanted to put in there that just was like he wanted to start the movie off with Tupac in jail getting gang raped.
I heard that.
Yeah. What? Yeah, it was crazy. Like so when Tupac died, I think he and John were like on bad terms. So I kind of retribution to I don't know what it was, but a lot of the scene and then there was another scene that he said that it was going to be Tupac's mother in a threesome.
What?
Yeah, so it was a lot of stuff. So Benny Boom, he ended up directing it, and I think he directed. No, he produced it. He produced it. He didn't direct it. He produced it. But he said they were headbutting like the entire time. Because he just wanted to do he just wanted to put a whole bunch of stuff in there
So he just wanted to make it drama and not even close to accurate. I mean, we don't know what Mama Shakur's sexual, identity was, but nobody's even questioned it. So let's not even go there.
Why do we even have to talk about that?
Right. And then
she was on drugs for a minute, so ain't no telling what she did. However, yeah, nobody knows.
Plus, all these years, you've never heard any rumors about him being gang raped. So why start?
Right.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors about his sexual identity, but still,
I never heard anything about that. Yeah. It's at this point, no one. We don't need to know that.
Right. Yeah. It's not enough to throw in a movie.
Yeah. Nah. So, but I heard mixed reviews on it too. A lot of not so good reviews, but
what I did forget though was that he was dating Kidada when I totally forgot. Like, you just, I guess, it's been so long, and then as you're watching it, you're like, oh shoot. I forgot. And like, just wow. So she watched what was it? Her boyfriend and her best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. But so we've all heard the same reviews on that one then. But I would agree. I wouldn't say don't see it, but it was cool.
I watch when I don't have anything else to watch, and I'm like, let me just see what this is about, and watch it. So, all right, Tupac. All right, what else?
Let's see.
What about Queen Sugar? Are y'all caught up with Queen Sugar?
Yeah, I watched it at 1 o'clock this morning.
So Mo, you hating Charlie? Everybody's hating Charlie right now for what I see.
She's just so out of it and just Oh my gosh, I can't even. She's just so far removed from everything.
Like, by
I
the end
think
of the
we're bringing
season,
her
I'm gonna
back
need
with. They're
growth.
starting to bring her back.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Mo?
By the end of the season, I'm gonna need her to show some growth,
Yeah.
What is she doing?
some self realization, something, reflection,
Yeah.
something.
Mm.
She needs something. She's still stuck on, I guess, having all this money and living in LA, and I'm guessing they're
You
starting
can't do that
to,
in the parish. Yeah.
yes, I think they're starting to move into trying to explain relationship between her and her mother, because clearly her
Yes.
mother isn't the same as Ralph Angel and Nova's.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
So
And did you notice when they were unpacking and Micah pulled out that bust of
yes, Nova
Nefertiti?
rolled her
And
eyes and rolled off. Mhm.
girl, Nova was like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay. Because I don't, they don't really say the age differences that much. We know the age difference between Nova and Ralph Angel, but we don't know the difference between Charlie and the rest of them. So I'm like, was he still married to somebody or did he
I
step
think so,
out?
because I get the feeling that Nova isn't Nova older than Charlie.
Nova is old. Charlie's
Okay.
in between those two.
Charlie's the middle.
So there we go. There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay. So there it
Charlie
is.
is a break baby or something.
Break
Mm-hmm.
baby. Oops. Travel. I went to get some bread. Who knows?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I really want Charlie to. I have a funny feeling that we're going to hate her a little bit more before we really fall in love with her. She has
Okay.
to go through her little, let me break away from being the LA Mrs. West, having the money and dripping in whatever diamonds furs. And
Mm-hmm.
they're starting to show her who she is. Like this last episode, I felt some of her pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like being stereotyped as, oh, you must, oh, you don't wash dishes, oh, do you need bottled water, oh, do you need this? And it's like, no, really, I'm just a regular everyday chick. Please don't try to you know
Mm-hmm.
put that on me because of whatever your perception is.
But
So
she puts that on her. That's the thing.
yeah, she
It's
does.
like
Yeah, she does.
on
Yeah, she
herself.
definitely does. She definitely does. She's the one that will come into your house and put down a paper towel before she sits on your couch. or your grandma couch rather, or your grandma couch. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you got plastic on that couch? Let me do you have a towel, a paper towel? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she reminds me of that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a disconnect between her and Nova and Ralph Angel, just because she was probably, well, she is as a result of an affair. She probably grew up different.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother is either very, very light skinned or white or something else, uh,
Mm-hmm.
other.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they said she spent the summers there, but she doesn't. I feel like she probably doesn't have a real connection to them, And it was.
She spent the summers there, and then her dad was still active in her life somehow, because that's what
Right.
David Davis said. He was like, I didn't grow up with you. I had to grow up like you. I didn't grow up with a mother and a father active in my life. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
somehow,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But she called her mama this last episode, so we're gonna see.
Did
Mm-hmm.
they show her mama? They didn't show her.
Yeah.
She left her a voicemail, but it was still like, oh, she's still alive. Like I didn't even know the lady was still living.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And
Remember when the father died, her mother sent like some flowers.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. She did.
Yeah, but she didn't come to the.
That's right. Nova probably would have put a hex on her.
Right.
She would have been. So Noah is she likes her some milk. I see.
Yeah, she does.
That is her type.
But she got I don't know, she got a little I think stunned at this little conference she went to in Atlanta, and there was a brother there that could actually get on her level and talk to her. I think he sparked a little interest in her though.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the milk is just something to something to do so she doesn't have to be attached or have to be accountable.
Yeah. Probably.
My poor baby Micah. Oh.
You know
We'll
what?
see.
Micah just like Ralph Angel said, Micah, it's not his fault. He just saw.
No, yep. And I saw a post on Facebook. Somebody was asking, why is Blue always playing with baby dolls? And he was trying to infer that, that's going to make him, homosexual. And we're like, no, that's not quite what it is. But,
First season.
right.
He missed
But,
his
some people are dumb. People are dumb,
Yeah.
first of all. But I'm like, if anything, not homosexual, but, it'll make him soft. It'll make him that. No, what they did to Micah is making Micah soft.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing? Like, are they babying him, keeping him sheltered?
His whole life in LA, he didn't know anybody outside of people he went to school with and his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like Ralph Angel was showing, was saying, like Blue knows people in the community. People know Blue. Like when they went to the farm store and the guy was talking to him, he was like, oh yeah, your granddad used to bring Blue past there all the time. He used to help out, do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Blue has that experience where he knows more personalities, more people. He's not scared when somebody different comes around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting. We'll see where we get next week.
So what's going on with Vi and Hollywood?
Oh, girl.
Are they back together?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love Hollywood, boy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was there looking all nice. Oh my gosh, he was looking so nice at ABFF.
Mm.
And so was Tina Lifford, I think is her last name, the one that plays Aunt Vi.
Yeah.
We didn't even know who she was.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know. I was like, who is that woman? That woman changes herself for every character she plays. So I saw her on.
She was in Scandal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in. Oh my gosh! I just watched the show. It was one of them. Not Chicago something. It was one of those TV shows. The husband was a police officer. The wife was a nurse. They're all black family. They had the 2 daughters and a son. Oh my gosh, I just watched it. I can't think of the name of it. Wait, maybe it's on my Netflix.
It's a series or a movie?
It's a series. Lincoln.
Oh, Lincoln Heights.
Oh, I used to watch that.
So watch that
Tina,
too.
Tina, this lady that plays Aunt Vi, is the pastor's wife.
Now I gotta jog my memory. I used to watch that show, The Pastor's.
When I saw her pop up, I was like, hey, that's Aunt Vi, but she looks different, but it's still her. I'm like, so then I went back and IMDb'd her and saw all the roles she's played in. We've seen her play in so many different roles. Like she is an actor that really transforms herself. And you're like, you just see her in the role. You don't see her as herself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, that like, she is amazing.
Yeah. I'm happy that they're
So,
back
yeah.
together. When she called him and she was leaving him
Ooh,
messages,
honey.
and he called her back. Oh God, it was a chill that went up my spine. I love Hollywood.
I think we've all been there though. When she went to that Facebook page and called him, I was like, "Ooh, yeah, we all been there."
I am a low key stalker.
I was like, "Ooh, no!" But yeah, I was so glad that he finally called back that one time. I was like, "Yes, okay, now what?" But yeah,
let's get back together. Y'all playing.
Right? All right, y'all done had y'all break. Y'all done been mad. Now let's play makeup.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm happy about them. I think he's gonna buy her own business.
I think so.
Lord, can they clone him? God damn it.
Okay. This brother.
Sheesh.
Hey. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy they're back together. Else is on Queen Sugar. Who? Charlie?
Yeah. Everybody, just give Ralph Angel a break.
I feel like she kind of is starting to get there with that whole thing, you know, when she took the gun, charge that stuff. But I'm like, Yeah,
Wait
we'll
a
see
minute. What happened now?
Girl, you're gonna have to watch it. But somebody snuck onto the land and was trying to steal something, and Ralph Angel came out with a shotgun. You know, to
Oh, I
protect his
remember that
land.
last episode, last season.
No, it was this.
No, this season.
It was
Mhm.
first. Yeah, it was this one.
Okay.
So
Like episode,
but
second
this time
episode.
he actually shot. He actually shot the gun. I know
Okay.
what you're talking about. He actually came out, but this one time he actually shot the gun in the air as a warning shot. And a few days later, I guess the Boudreaux tried to, use it against him, and it was a violation of parole to have a gun in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So Charlie took the charge and was like, "It was mine. I didn't know." Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So hopefully that works out. But she didn't have to. Like she played it off real well. So hopefully that helps for them, because she's trying to show him like, no, I'm really here for you. I really have your back. But we'll see what happens though when he shows them that letter, if he ever shows it to him.
The letter that says that the land is all his.
Yes.
Oh. So the episode I saw, he was doing a small crop. Was it soybeans?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How did that work out?
He's still working on it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But it looks like it's getting there. He just got the money for it, so he had to wait for Charlie's signature to get it.
Okay.
Yeah. And finally she was like, okay, I see that what you're trying to do, and you need to stand on your own. I'll sign for it.
Okay. Good. And he and Darla, they're doing good.
Yeah, they're doing good. I'm just scared now after she had this little mishap at her job. They're doing good.
Ass anyway.
What'd you say?
Her boss was always trying to be an ass to her anyway.
He absolutely was. I don't like him.
Yeah. That was the one who wouldn't let her get off.
Yeah.
Same one.
Yeah.
Same one.
Yeah. That's good. I'm a supporter of young black love. So hopefully she can stay straight and clean.
Okay. She's another one that's been around for a while.
She has. She still looks like she's 17. Like for real, looks like she's 17.
I'm like, how? Girl.
She got not one laugh line, not one wrinkle, no crinkle.
Little tiny self.
Yeah. So all right. What else we got? We got anything else we want to talk about?
I haven't seen anything else.
I've been watching, as you hear, old stuff. So I watched Lincoln Heights. I don't know how I stumbled upon that. And I've been watching, still watching The Fosters.
Okay.
It seems like that's never ending. Just when I think I'm at the end. American Gods. I finished watching Sense8 only to find out they've been canceled also. So now I'm really upset.
Yeah, they're canceled.
Yeah.
And that Carmichael show has been canceled too.
What?
Yeah, he quit the show
anymore.
What do you say?
Why doesn't he want to do comedy?
I don't know. He just says he's over it. I guess he's going through a I feel like a Dave Chappelle sort of stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that. I thought it was good. Like they had good plots and good storylines. The series just never really caught my attention. I would watch it if I didn't have anything else to watch. But I see where they were going with it, but I don't know. It's kind of dry to me a little bit. But yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so American Gods.
Yes.
I think I watched the first couple of episodes over again, and then I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm with you now. And then there was the episode when most of the episode kind of explains how the cab driver came to America. And how he's, I don't know if he's like the twin god, but this episode was pretty awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw something drop. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was that show. There were two of her.
Yeah,
And
we're back now. One to
All right,
record
cool.
and one to talk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he was what is that
Cab
guy?
driver.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the other god that they call him, the type of god with the fiery eyes. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like he took over. It's something with a J. Jitsi.
I think so. It's like they became one,
Yeah,
and how they became one was awesome. I was like,
right.
this is deep.
Yeah, a lot of it is very, very deep. But and I saw different writings about how that just pushed envelopes with Middle Eastern men and
Mm-hmm.
homosexuality, like where the writer was pushing on that. What is it? What
Oh
jinn?
yeah.
He's a jinn, a jinn.
Mhm.
Isn't that what it's
Yes,
called? A
yes,
jinn? Yeah, a
yes.
jinn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then just watching a dead wife, her, I guess what would be, I guess her ancestor or how her god spirit whatever came to America, the Irish woman who kept, or how she brought
The
McSweeney or whatever his
leprechaun.
name is, the leprechaun
Mm-hmm.
to America. I'm like, this is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's done pretty well, even though Dead Wife is getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Yes.
But I like
I'm
it.
just hoping we don't have to wait a whole year for the next season.
Oh my gosh. Do we have to wait a whole year?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully we get some short season. That's okay, but we got Game of Thrones and maybe we'll have something else later this year to
Mhm.
buy our time in between now and then.
Okay,
Yep.
because
Maybe
we can
Probably
somebody will
come back
pick
this
up
year.
our other show,
Underground.
Underground. God, I pray
God, I
so.
hope
Like,
so.
Yeah.
please,
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
somebody. They
Me.
can drop, Netflix can drop Dear White People and two more things and pick up Underground and I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Dear white people. I'm not really.
Right? And Dear White People probably don't cost a lot of money to film either. So, nah, we got to find something else that costs some money they can drop.
Mhm. Well, they canceled since 8. That seemed like I tried to watch
That
it,
was
but
very expensive.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe that's why they canceled it. We can keep our fingers crossed. Maybe that's why they
Mhm.
canceled it so they could do Underground.
Hopefully.
I'm praying.
Yeah. So Insecure is coming back. I think in like a week or two.
Yes, it is. They actually previewed it at the film festival, but it just overlapped with something else, and it was like, you know what? I can't be in two places at one time. I'll watch
Mhm.
Insecure in a few weeks. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
Me too. Me too. That was a little comedy break.
Right, and hilarious already.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got?
Other than that, I've just been watching documentaries to scare me away from eating meat.
Mhm. That is.
Um, and the America's War on Crime, War on
Mm-hmm.
Drugs.
Yeah.
What did you think about it, Nashelle?
You
I mean,
know,
it was,
I didn't watch all of it. I started watching the first episode and I haven't finished it. But I'm gonna watch it over the weekend. It's something I want. Every time there's like a documentary on the war on drugs, I always watch it. And it's a story that we all know, especially
Mm-hmm.
now because
yep.
they talked about how it started with, was it with Nixon, one of those presidents, how they initiated it, and then how it really came to fruition during Reagan
Mhm.
era, and then
Right.
how
Yeah.
it progressed during Clinton. So I'm
Mhm.
always interested in watching it because we grew up during that time, and we
Yep.
saw how it affected our family,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and
And what's crazy is how so many people outside, I want to say the Black community, are just learning this, and we're like, we knew this all the whole time.
Mhm. Mhm. There was one lady. I think I watched a Facebook video. This white lady, and she watched one of the. Did you? Somebody tweeted. Somebody posted. I don't know if it was one of you.
Huh.
Um, and she was just saying that she knew. I don't think she was from the States. She may have been, but I
Uh.
don't think she was from the States. But she said she kind of knew about our history here, but not really. Just kind of like we were slaves and blah 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 blah. Kind of the
Mhm.
overview. But she said she didn't realize how systematically we've been held down since we've been here up until now.
Right.
Just like amazed. in a bad way.
Oh, I need to watch that. Yeah, that was on YouTube.
That was on Facebook. I'm gonna try to find it. I may have saved the video. I'll try to find it and tag you in it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like everything in the series we already knew, but the level of documentation is just like, hello, it's right there, and it's people are still in denial. Like, no, Black folks are just addicts because they're addicts. No, you intentionally put it into our neighborhoods, and even before then, like you were saying, cocaine to the CIA in the United States was a currency. It wasn't even meant for drugs, like not for us. It was just meant for those doctors and lawyers and high level politicians. They were just using it to trade for arms. But I'm like, wow. And then, you know, one day it got to the wrong, I don't want to say the wrong hands, but the wrong hands. And next thing you know, it's taking over the Black communities through crack.
Yeah.
But it was, it just makes me angry. But there were some parts that I was like, okay, that I really liked how we talked about acid and, you know, some of that stuff that I didn't really know about. Again, that was like I kind of knew about, you know, LSD, acid, and how the CIA created it for mind control, but I never knew how it got into the population. And when I saw that, I was like, well, ain't this about it? Okay. It was just one of their guys who was, that they tested the LSD on. He did not have the same effects as everyone else. He started tripping. He had great effects for him. Like, he was like, oh, this feels good. I'm loving it. They kept testing him and eventually hired him to work on staff. And then of all things, they hired him to be in control of keeping the damn LSD safe. Or keeping inventory on it.
And he was taking, I'm pretty sure.
He was taking them and having they called them graduation parties because he was in college. He was taking them and having parties. Then he figured out, I mean, he was a college kid. Like, he was a very intelligent person. I forgot his name, but like, if I say his name, you'll be like, oh, like, we know his name. I can't think of it. David True, maybe? I can't think of it. But he ended up having a whole cult following and having those parties and dropping LSD from the sky, from a helicopter and into like the park and all types of stuff. But he figured out how it was made and hired his other little smart college friends, and they were making it and they were just tripping out. I'm like, but how idiotic are you to have the guy like that you were testing who was tripping off of it to be like, okay, well, can you work for us? Oh, and by the way, you'll be in charge of inventory.
That's
like hiring a crackhead. That's like hiring a crackhead to work in the damn, you know, the place where they hold evidence. Like, what kind of?
That's hiring Pookie.
Right. I was like, what? Like, as soon as they said it, I was like, oh, this is where it goes wrong right here. Like, I knew it. As soon as they said, you know, they went through his timeline, I was like, oh, okay, he's the leak. And yep, 5-10 minutes later, they talked about how next thing you know, he's throwing these graduation parties. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And they couldn't stop him because it wasn't illegal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn. How many episodes is it?
It's just 4 parts.
4 parts. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that to the list. It should be on.
It should be. It's an A&E, so yeah, it should be. I recorded them. The 4th part I haven't finished watching. The 3rd part I had to rewind a few times because I was like, I know I'm not hearing this correctly.
Wow.
Like, you got to be like, no, wait, what? And the 4th part, I just had to stop. I was like, I had to watch this another time when I got my mind right, because this country we living in, honey.
Man. Like, do you really want to know the truth, or do you just want to keep going in la la land? Because the truth will have you mad and going crazy.
Man, it does.
Oh,
you know what? Have we finished watching The Handmaid's Tale?
I think the season is over. Because I watched, I think it was the last episode, and I went back maybe a week later, and it was the same last episode. So I'm thinking that was the season for now. But
okay.
But yeah, they putting our friend Alfred through some mess, man.
Baby, I hate Serena right now.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Oh my
They
gosh.
they put
Oh,
her.
but somebody was it you or my friend Lisa posted when he said you were on my list, and she said she busted out crying in her living room like she said big old snot bubble cries like when he said you were on my list. I was like, girl.
Oh yeah, yeah. That had me bawling like a baby. Cause she was thinking she escaped and didn't have no friends and no family and nothing.
Right.
And he shows up. Can you imagine going through that whole ordeal, getting over to the other side, and then finding a familiar face?
No,
Yeah.
I was just like, but I'm like, why didn't she say a name? Because Alfred told her that Luke made it out.
Yeah, she
Maybe
did.
she just didn't believe her, or I don't
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
And all them damn letters. What the hell am I supposed to do with all these damn ass letters?
Right. All right. I thought she was gonna get something like something like a secret that would
Right.
help her escape. What
A
these damn letters?
recording, I don't know, a
One for
book
her daughter,
or
you know,
something.
something.
I was like, really?
I mean,
Oh, okay.
there's
Fine. We'll see where this goes.
that's yeah. That's a
Yeah.
cultural difference there because I won't want to lug around on damn letters.
All right. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
Mm-mm. But yeah, we're gonna see what Myra and Luke do to get Alfred or get Hannah or oh my God, something.
Yeah.
What I didn't understand is okay, off Glenn, they took him to a hospital to do something to him. Did they cut his hands off?
They cut his hand off. They cut that shit off. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Hey, that's why I was like, did I black out or did I just not get it? But
They cut it off. They cut it
so they
off.
just wow.
They cut.
Okay, I guess there was some biblical reference to why they had to cut his hand off and make it the punishment for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. It was so
Yeah.
surgical and precise. I was like, what are we doing?
They cut it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, man, they are
Okay.
in the name of religion or God. They doing some awful things to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awful
Big
things.
time. Big time. All right, so we'll see. We gotta wait a whole another year for that one too.
We gotta wait another year. Oh, so we did see what's that other Netflix show?
Harlots?
What?
Harlots?
No, I wasn't thinking about Hearts. We can talk about. I haven't really watched that. We can talk about that. But
I think we're at the season ending of that one too.
Orange is the New Black. What y'all think about that season?
I have not watched it. I told you I stopped watching it when I heard Poussey was going to die, and I haven't gone back.
Mm-hmm.
So
this season, well, did you watch it?
I'm like maybe 4 episodes in.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So the whole season is about them kind of like having a riot because of, I guess, can we call it a riot?
Yeah, you can call it a riot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a riot in retaliation to Poussey being killed.
Okay.
So it's just really that storyline could have been wrapped up in 3 episodes, but they drew it out. But it was still a solid episode. Like I kept watching it. It kept my attention. It probably wasn't as good as the other seasons, but it kept my attention.
You said it was a silent episode?
Silent? What do you mean?
Oh, I thought that's what I heard. Maybe it was background noise. I thought you said that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they just
All right, I might continue watching, but I don't want to cry and watch Samira.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking. That was really heartbreaking. Because out of all the people that
handle it,
out of all of you don't want to see any of the characters die because they're all good people.
Mm-hmm.
But
she was so sweet and dang near innocent. Like it was just like she had an innocence about her. You just like I don't want to see anything happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember why she was in jail. Do y'all? I don't even remember.
It was something dumb. Like, what did she do?
I don't know. I have to go back and look.
Did she do something in another country or something?
No, it was. I'm trying to think about her backstory. I just remember her
because she spoke multiple languages. She was a military child.
Right.
I know there was a storyline when they were overseas and she was dating this girl whose father was high
Mm-hmm.
ranking in the military, and he found out and made them break up. Did she pull a gun out on him? She did something.
Oh, maybe
I can't
that's
remember what
part
she
of it.
did.
And maybe it just all went downhill from there.
Yeah. Yeah, but this season they show flashbacks of her actually being in the States and partying with some of her friends. Um, so I can't really remember
Hmm.
what she actually did.
Me either.
Yeah, so
I'll
anyway.
have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
But they do show
Cool.
the backstory to the Muslim girl this season.
Yeah, she has a pretty interesting story so far
Mm-hmm.
with her being I guess I don't want to call her sister wife, but what they call it?
That's what it
She's
was. She
married and
was a
to her
sister
husband,
wife.
and they have a daughter, and I guess like they just overwhelmed with their life with working and trying to raise a
Mm-hmm.
kid and whatever. So she suggested to her husband that they take on another wife to kind of alleviate some of the stress off of them, kind of spread the work around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so they got another wife, and then she started getting jealous of the
Oh
wife.
Lord.
But I don't think they really said what happened, how she ended up in jail. I don't
Hmm.
remember seeing that. So, but yeah, all of them just seem
Okay.
like people that you would. Well, I mean, people in jail are people, but they, just
They're
regular.
not outside of our social circle.
Exactly. There you go. I could
Hmm.
see friends with, a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, what else? I watched a couple of movies. I'm not really gonna get into what they're about, but they're good watches. One is The Cardboard Boxer. That's with Terrence Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. That's about this homeless guy who is getting paid. It's like these college kids come to like this homeless community, and we're
Mm-hmm.
paying the homeless people to fight each other.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was terrible. So that was good, and then Shelter was also good. That was with Anthony Mackie and
Mm-hmm.
this other actress that I really like. I like when the stuff that she plays in. Let me try to figure out what her name is. Um, she played in a lot of good stuff that I like. But that was about they're two homeless people, and
Mm-hmm.
she's on heroin, and he's an immigrant from I guess Nigeria, from Africa somewhere. I think West Africa. I think Nigeria. And so it just kind of talks about how they met and how their relationship evolved, and he helped her get off drugs, and in the end he died. It was
Oh,
sad. Yeah, it's kind of it is a sad movie, but the acting is superb. He's a great actor. So that's the
okay.
recommendation. Let me find out what her name is real quick. Um, cause hold on, give me 1 second. This computer is so slow. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Anthony Mackie. It's called Shelter, and her name is yeah, that's fine. Um, whatever. This thing. Netflix is stupid. Anyway,
Hmm.
Jennifer Connelly, I think her name is.
Okay, I've heard that name.
Yeah, Jennifer Connelly. She's playing some pretty good stuff. So I suggest watching that. That's a good watch.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good watch. Independent movie. So all right, I'm
I'll
still
check that one
here.
out.
Yeah.
I'm looking through my Hulu to see if I've watched anything. Nah, nothing of any importance.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's all I got, ladies.
All right, well, what are we going to do between now and next week?
So when does Game of Thrones come out?
It comes out,
Sunday,
is it this
the
Sunday?
16th. The 16th.
Shh.
Oh,
Next Sunday.
next.
Okay, next Sunday. I was gonna say, I know I did not schedule myself to be out of the country in Game of Thrones. I was like, you see my face, like,
uh,
what? Okay, all right. So yeah, the 16th.
okay. So,
All right, all right. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be somewhere at somebody's Game of Thrones watch party.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think Game of Thrones and that's gonna take up a lot of our talk time. Cause I'm
Yeah, because
always thoroughly confused, so I need help doing
are
Game
you
of
up to
Thrones.
date on it? Or have you?
I'm up to date. It's so
Okay.
much that goes on. I always need people to kind of. I always got a lot of questions because I don't. Yeah, so.
Well, sometimes that helps
Okay.
us people that are into it because we miss stuff.
Mhm.
Like especially rewatching, when you people that are like in it and we rewatch old seasons, it's like you catch stuff that you totally missed or stuff that was important now that didn't mean anything then.
Uh-huh.
So you asking us questions will help jog our memories for sure.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's it. Ladies.
All right.
It has been a pleasure. I miss our little weekly chat. So
I know.
we are back on track now. So we are signing off.
Okay.
All right. I'll chat y'all next
All
week.
right. Peace out.
All righty. Bye
Bye.
bye.